Of course, you do have that Tehran and Washington meeting. And that is something that is putting the spotlight very much so on gold, silver, as well as oil. In fact, let's also take the conversation forward, try and take a look at some of the key triggers when it comes to gold and silver trading under pressure right now, and oil, try and understand where the geopolitical premium right now is, whether or not it's baked into the pie. In fact, let's head across to Vandana Bharti, Head of Commodity Research, SMC Group, to try and understand the outlook for this week forward. Vandana, a very good afternoon to you. It isn't, however, a good afternoon when you talk about gold and silver.
Yeah, hi Shayashi. Yeah, it's a kind of phase where we have seen outflow in gold and silver, and China is absent here, and it is a week-long holidays in China, and margins are really high. So it is a kind of forced selling in gold and especially in silver. So this week we can witness a thin trading in gold and silver across the commodities across in all commodities, and because of that we can see some kind of further correction in the prices, because comics is suppressing the bullion prices wherever, like in China we have seen the premium in spot market, it is still there. It is lower now, but it is still there. So till the time China is not here, we can witness a further selling pressure in gold and silver prices. But yes, the underlying strength is already there, and this time it is not getting affected by the geopolitical premium or pressure, any kind of Iran or US war. It is all eyeing on the margins and other activities, what is happening in exchanges across the world.
No, well, absolutely, and it's been a very interesting setup, Vandana, when you're talking about gold and silver. But I quickly wanted to try and understand in terms of the near term, do you think that they're going to script a comeback, or do you think that we're going to be pretty much range bound when it comes to both of these metals?
Yeah, because when we do the comparison between gold and silver ratio, the ratio is moving towards 75 is to 1. It means that surely silver has seen its downside, and the downside is expected to be there to some extent near $65 to $70 kind of level we can witness. But after that, we can see a bounce back in silver, because this is a commodity which is in high demand and 6 year in deficit, the supply deficit in continuation, and we have seen some kind of demand destruction in silver because of its higher price, but overall strength is there. So 65 $70 is a kind of a good range, a valuable range where we can see a bounce. But yes, some correction is due in this counter, and February is very important for silver, February March, because record deliveries, it occurs every year in comics and Shefe, every year. So this is the time when high pressure of deliveries in exchanges will be there in the month of March, and because of this we can witness a pressure in the prices of silver. So we should wait for
That is a very fair point there. When you talk about that correction, that is something that, has been a little bit priced in. It's been a little bit talked about as well. But quickly, before we move on, I wanted to get a sense of what you think about the geopolitical premium when it comes to oil as well. Your quick take coming in on this one as well.
Yeah, Iran-US talk is going on, and we can see a limited impact on the prices of oil, because ultimately Iran is not doesn't close the Strait of Hormuz. It is the Strait of Hormuz which is the key point for this oil market. So we can see a limited upside up to $67 in crude oil prices. If some good talk happen, then the prices should slash near the level of $62. So it's a kind of a move between $62 to $67 in crude oil prices.
No, absolutely. And that just about sums it up, right? Those are the levels to keep in mind when it comes to oil as well. Vandana, quickly before we let you go, I just wanted to try and get a sense of what you think about the way forward for somebody who's already invested. What should they be doing? Whether that be through the physical commodity itself or be it through ETFs. If someone is already holding on to a little bit of gold and silver, should they wait around for this volatility to get a little bit over, or what is your outlook here?
I'll say wait and watch for today get this correction over, because the dust is still yet to get the settle here. So yes, 65, 60, $70 and kind of like 2,25,000, 2,12,000 level in silver. It is a good level where one should ETF buy. They should go for buy in silver, and for gold, yes, $4,900, $4,800. It is a very good level for accumulating silver ETF or gold ETF, in fact. And the thing is that fundamentals doesn't change. It is the margins, money pressure, and the paper market pressure. It is giving a pressure to the gold and silver prices, and the correction is for good. So whatever correction you get, just get some marginal buying from here, and those who are already invested in physical buying from higher side, they should wait. They will get their levels in a 1 year kind of level, and whenever in second half of 2026 we are expecting an interest rate cut activities there, then we will see a real hike in gold and silver prices as well, because that will depreciate dollar, it will improve the gold prices, and cut in interest rate, it will increase the industrial demand of silver.
Got it, Vandana, and those are some very good insights that would help somebody who's already invested and has already kept a few chips on the table in a very volatile market right now when it comes to gold and silver. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So there you go, that's the entire outlook when it comes to gold, silver, as well as oil as well, in terms of that geopolitical premium, whether or not that has been priced in.